Okay, so I am super excited to talk about this. Like I said in my post, when I first started coaching, I wasn't super interested in the business aspect of it. I wasn't super interested in like creating much income. I really had just fallen in love with the community and how I felt, and I just wanted to share that with more people. But through being part of the community for a while, I witnessed some other coaches that were in a similar position as I was start to generate some income, and watched even like Carly, my upline, go through some of her income progression for the first year. And I was like, holy crap, like there is so much potential in this business. It is a long-term, like it's a business, you're starting a business. So building up that revenue does take some time and solid consistency. And it's kind of funny that I wanted to do this call tonight because Carly just shared with some of us in her personally sponsored Business Builders page her progression from the last 3 Januaries, and it is like a number I can't wrap my mind around, but not comfortable sharing because it's not my thing to share. But I was like, oh my gosh, like if I can make that in a month, the like the potential to your life, and like money is not everything, but money gives you the freedom to do everything else, like the freedom to not have to clock into a job you hate, the freedom to bring your partner home, the freedom to travel while still working, the freedom to like go see my nephew when he's born instead of having to wait until I can take days off work. And so those are the things that fuel my fire. The ability to let my parents maybe retire a few years earlier because I can help them pay off some of like my family's like siblings student loans and stuff. Or maybe fly them out to Hawaii to visit my brother because they can't afford it themselves. Like those are the things that push me with this business to create this lifestyle that I want. And so I'm going to go into our compensation plan a little bit. So there's basically 2 ways that we generate income. The first is through retail or sales. And that's basically a 25% commission. Pretty straightforward. Somebody purchases a challenge pack through you. How do I get this? Okay. Somebody purchases a challenge pack through you and you get 25% of that commission. It's typically around $50 depending on the challenge pack. That is very straightforward, and that is not going to build a substantial income. That is direct sales, and I'm sorry, but like no matter what your Success Club numbers are, you're not going to make enough sales of challenge packs to create an income. That is something you can live off of full time. But the second type of income is what's called our cycle bonus, and that is where the long-term residual income comes into play, and I'm going to dive into that a little bit deeper today.
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay.
I switched to my phone or my computer. My phone was dying. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad we got it set up. Cool. So I'm going to dive into a lot more of the cycle bonus tonight and talk about what that potential is for like my business center. I'm going to show you guys what it will be once I match my legs, and I'm going to have you look at what yours could be as well. And definitely don't have to share anything if you don't want to. But let's talk about commission for a second. And I'm going to bring out my whiteboard, and I think it's going to be backwards for you, but we're going to do it anyways. So can you see that? Let me see. If I do a 3 my way, that's backwards to you. All right. Well, let's see if I can make this not backwards. So hitting Success Club. We talk about, helping 3 people a month. That's how you generate, a business. It's how you start your business. And why is it 3 people per month? So let's talk about that. Typical commission for a challenge pack is $50. So your month 1, M and zeros are good, but I should probably write it this way. Month 1. Does that work? Yeah, I can write mirror language sometimes. So you hit Success Club. That means you have 3 people who are creating a $50 commission for you, and you have 3 people doing it. So month 1, you're getting about $150 in your bank just for getting people started on their fitness journey. That's month 1. $150, it's great, but that's not like mind-blowing income. But let's take that a step further. So then we have month That's weird too. Is it backwards? Why is it backwards for me? Oh, all right, you can see me. That's cool though. Then we go like this. Month 1. That's better? Cool. All right, it's just backwards on my screen. So let's go back to that. $50 per person, and you have 3 challenge packs. You make $150 month 1. Awesome. But now here's where it starts to get interesting, because in month 2, these 3 people are going to fall in love with the journey because you're going to be such an incredible coach and show them that, yes, they can create these lifelong changes. Their Shakeology Home Direct, that's another commission for you. And so these 3 people get their Shakeology or their performance or whatever it is. Shakeology Home Direct is about $32 per purchase, but you also now have $50 from those 3 people that you're signing up in month 2. So you now have 3 people in month 2, and then 3 people from month 1 who are sticking with their Shakeology. So 3 people, new people. And that gives us about, if we do the math, that's a backwards $, 246 in month 2. So we can do the math there if we want. Multiplication help, we can. So then, it's starting to build. It's starting to grow upon itself. So then month 3, we have our $50 for our 3 new people, plus this $32, but now it's the 3 people from month 1 plus the 3 people from month 2. So now we have 32 times 6. That comes out to $396 in month 3. And that's only by helping 3 people get started. Like, this is only commissions. I'm going to get into cycle bonus and how that gets on top of this in just a few minutes. But this is only commissions. We're talking almost $800 in your first 3 months of just hitting Success Club. That's not including any of the prizes or potential success starters. So you can get your money back or a free ticket to Summit. This is just commission. By hitting Success Club, doing the bare minimum of helping 3 people per month, and you can get $800 every 3 months, which would be huge, I think, for me. That basically, covers all of my groceries over those few months. So that's just commission. And that's, it's great. It's a nice little perk. If you sign those people up as coaches from the start, even if they're just discount coaches, you get a nice little bonus there. If you sign, I think it's like a $40 or $50 bonus for enrolling people with a challenge pack as a coach. So there's so many ways to potentially earn money, but commissions and, I need a bigger eraser, cycle bonus are where things get a little more interesting. So then cycle bonus, that's generated by our team volume. And so that's not just you. When you log into your Coach online office, you will see a weak leg and a strong leg. And I'm going to take you through my office in just a second, and you can mirror yours with what I do. But the big thing about cycle bonus is you don't earn it until you are at least an emerald rank. And so what is emerald? Let's get my little whiteboard out. This is you. There's you. Okay. Emerald means you have 2 coaches under you. I signed Ryan and a friend when I was like, yep, I'm going to hit Emerald. I'm going to start working this business within that week of me making the decision. So before the next Thursday, I enrolled Ryan as a coach. We got him on Shakeology because he was drinking it anyways. And I was like, you can't drink my Shakeology. And then I enrolled a friend who also wanted Shakeology. And so coach here, we're Emerald. Once you hit Emerald, you start earning $14 per cycle, which again, 14 doesn't seem like much, but this is residual income. This is income from you not selling challenge packs. This is income from you growing a team and being part of a growing team. And so depending on which is your strong or your weak leg, I and everybody on Team Root to Rise and Team Power Purpose and everybody below you on that strong leg is generating team volume for you. And so we're going to look at the back office in a second, and I'm going to show you what those volume numbers could be. But that volume is what earns you a cycle. So let me erase my little person now. So the first thing with this is that we gotta, start by hitting Emerald, making it just like a non-negotiable, getting 2 people signed up under you so you can start earning that. The way cycle bonus works. So say your, for me, my strong leg is my right, my weak leg is my left. And so if my right leg had, 540 team volume, that number is generated based on my personal sales, my personal orders, and the orders of everybody on this right leg below me. So Carly has placed people on this leg. Other people on her strong leg have placed people on this leg. I have placed people on this leg. So anytime any coach, whether they're discount, working business or not, orders anything, it generates volume. Our job, in order to get the benefits of that volume, is to build our weak leg as well. And so if my weak leg has, 200 team volume, so that's like 2 Shakeologies, because Shakeo's 90, and maybe an Energize. So for every balanced 100 and 200 volume on each leg, we are in a cycle. So the way it works is I'll subtract 100 volume from here, 200 volume from here, until I can't subtract anymore. That's how many cycles I earn. So I'll subtract 100 from my weak leg, 200 from my strong leg, and if I'm an Emerald coach, that's $14. If I'm a Diamond coach, that's $18. And what I'm left with here is 100 on my weak leg, 340 on my strong leg. So I can cycle again. I can cycle 100 from this side and 200 from this side. And that's a second cycle in one pay period, in one paycheck. So I'm minus 100, I'm minus 200, I'm left with 0 and 140. That's another $18. So on top of our $800 that we've earned, or $400 in month 3, we now get another $36. This is from us not selling challenge packs. This is from us just being a part of a team that has people on it also growing. So that's why it's called residual income, because we don't have to sell anything for this to happen. Does that make sense? Maybe. A little bit? Okay, 2 thumbs up, cool. So what I want you to do now is look at the potential that your business has. So I'm going to share my screen and maybe pull up your coach office as well. And we're going to go through, because I want you to understand what this has for us. Let me erase my whiteboard and then share my screen with you. Log on to your coach online office. And just from the home screen, you'll see, rank, success club, all of that stuff. Share this. Okay. You can see my coach office? So over here on the left, I want you to click volume. Now, mine is very imbalanced. These are the numbers I'm talking about. So this week alone, my left leg has generated 289 team volume. My right leg has generated 5,158 in 1 week alone. This is still going because it's not Thursday yet. This is carryover. So in the example I just did, where I had, 240 or 140 left on my strong leg, that's what this number right here, my right carryover, represents. This is my income potential once I get my left leg to match it. And not even match it, but have half as much. Like, that is a huge number. That is money sitting there waiting for you to earn it by building your team. And whatever your numbers are, depending on if you're on my left or right, you'll see one is probably a bit more than the other. That's your income potential. And so just looking at these numbers, I'm going to roll with like 170,000 here. This number, 169,850. We're just going to go with the 170,000. I like even numbers a little bit better. So if, I have my left leg and I'm going to have that be just some number I have to get to in order to get all of that volume. My right leg is, not dollars, 170,000 team volume. If this continues to be my strong leg, then I'm going to take my 200 out of this leg, my 100 out of this leg. So to see how many cycles I need, I divide this by 200, and I did that math, and I got 850. Maybe I did my math wrong. I don't know. But what that means is I need 850 cycles, team cycles, to deplete this team volume. This number is only going to keep growing. So 850 cycles. If I am an Emerald coach, then it would be potentially, I did the math, multiply that by the $14 per cycle. Or if this turns to my weak leg, I technically could make 1,700 cycles out of it if this becomes my weak leg and I just double it. So multiplying that by the $18 for a diamond coach, because that's how much we get per cycle, it's $15,300 to $30,600 that is just waiting for me to claim it. The key with this is that I need to remain an active coach. If I ever go inactive, that 170,000 team volume goes to zero. So that's why we always talk about how staying active is so important, because not only, is it important for you to stay active as in you need to be committing to your health and fitness and your own wellness and your own journey, but if you go inactive, you skip Shakeology, you skip something for a month, you don't get your 50 PV per month, whatever number you're seeing in your account goes to zero. And you're starting back over at square one. And so the importance of staying active, yes, it's great for your physical journey, but if you have any interest whatsoever at any point in your life running this as a business, then staying active is crucial. And then I also put up this little, ways to get your 50 PV. So Recover, I don't drink it, but it's not vegan yet, but I'm hoping for that because they just sent out a survey asking what products we would like. And one of the things was a vegan Recover. So I'm like, yes, please. But maybe Energize and Hydrate. Sometimes I order that under Ryan's account when we've got enough Shakeout, or 2 boxes of beach bars. I love the Focused Energy Boost here. There's so many ways to stay active, and you just need 50 PV. So maybe 1 month you try the 3-day refresh or something. But with our coach discount, it's definitely affordable, and there is so much potential waiting in your how do I stop my share? Waiting in your back office for you to claim it, as long as you stay active and keep plugging away with the daily vital behaviors. So that's, my spiel of the potential income that we could earn from this. And that's why these, we talk about being active and we talk about, cycle bonus style and stuff, but that's why it's so important. And if you're really looking to build a business out of this, it is there for your taking if we put our nose to the grind and just get to it. So do you have any questions about the compensation plan or income or money or anything before I stop recording?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah. So I was kind of wondering, with your 170,000 on your right leg, but then only a much smaller number on your left leg, when you sign people up, why wouldn't you just sign people up on your left leg so you can get both numbers higher?
That's what I am doing. So that's why you build your spouse or somebody, your parent, on your weak leg, because now once I hit SC10 in my business, or if I'm signing any coaches who aren't buying challenge packs, they go under Ryan because he's under my left leg, and I cycle through him. So I make money through his business, and then I cycle through me with those numbers there.
Okay. I was just kind of wondering,
yeah.
How do you know how, if you sign somebody up as a coach, do you have to do something differently to sign them up on the right versus the left?
Yes, your preferred placement. I can show you how to do that real quick.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Definitely. So if you go to monitor my business, I'm not sharing, just kidding. Let me share.
But I'm on there so I can see it.
Okay. Monitor my business and then preferred placement.
Oh, okay.
And that's how, I think there should be a video pinned at the top of the team page. And if it's not, I'll make sure to get it there. And then you just click OK, left or right.
Okay.
I only go through left and right. I don't do weak or first available because I like having complete control over it. And so that's how I do it. So right now mine's set for my left leg. So when I sign up coaches with challenge packs or discount coaches from the start, they go on my left leg. And that's how I have the control over that. And
cool.
The cool thing is it's entirely up to us to tap into that reserve. And that reserve is essentially so much potential for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I didn't realize how much potential I had until about 2 weeks ago, which is why I wanted to share this with you guys now. And there's something I never looked into, but having that idea, oh my gosh, that is a ton of money ready for me once I can build my weak leg to match it.
Exactly. It's kind of motivating.
Definitely is, especially if you want to build a business out of this or make some income out of this. It's that's motivating.
Yeah.
That is the rest of my student loans.
Right.
Right there for me, for the taking.
Yep.
Any other questions about the income or compensation before I stop the recording?
Nope.